Some athletes are born with such freakish genetics that they don't even seem human. And today, we're going to do a countdown through the top 5 biggest genetic freaks in all of sports history, all the way down to the biggest freak of them all. So let's dive right in. Starting with the 5th biggest genetic freak in sports history, we have a strength athlete who is, objectively, one of the craziest humans to ever live. Our man once fell 40 feet in a circus act, sustaining a spinal fracture with complete paralysis below the waist. Doctors said he'd never walk again, yet, after more than a decade of following a home rehab program he designed for himself, he managed to not only walk again, but to become one of the strongest men in history, with a back squat of 992 pounds without a powerlifting suit, a deadlift of 1,014 pounds in a Moscow circus demonstration, again without a powerlifting suit, and a raw bench press of 573 pounds. Even crazier, he performed a neck bridge with 1,540 pounds using 6 men and a stack of barbell plates in a Leningrad demonstration in 1982. He could also perform full front splits and planche handstands, and he performed single-hand swings, snatches, and behind-the-back flips with a custom 198-pound kettlebell. They called him the man who went from paralyzed to superhuman, but his name is Valentin Daycoul. The National Football League has more genetic monsters than any sports league on earth, and number 4 on our list is the biggest genetic freak in NFL history. At 6'3" and 254 pounds, he showed up at the NFL's 2006 physical testing combine and ran the 40-yard dash in 4.38 seconds, bench pressed 225 pounds for 33 straight reps, performed a 42-inch vertical leap, and his 10-foot 8-inch broad jump was nearly a foot further than any other man in his position. This performance at the combine is widely considered the most shocking in the history of the NFL. They called him the Freak, but his name is Vernon Davis. The 3rd craziest genetic monster of all time is a weightlifter who also happens to be literally the strongest person in history. According to the Sinclair formula, which mathematically the 2nd biggest genetic freak of all time is the man considered the greatest heavyweight wrestler ever. Astonishingly, he was born weighing just under 15 pounds, or nearly 7 kilograms, before growing into a 6'3", 290-pound Soviet national wrestler with a career record of 887 wins and only 2 losses, both of which came when he was injured. And he went undefeated for 13 years at the highest level, on the way to winning 3 Olympic gold medals and 9 world championships. He could deadlift 880 pounds, squat 770 pounds, do 42 pull-ups, and could perform a standing backflip despite weighing nearly 300 pounds. He trained a mix of conventional but extreme gymnastics, powerlifting, strongman, and kettlebell training with unconventional methods like carrying a refrigerator up and down the 8 flights of stairs outside his apartment and going on long trail runs in the Siberian wilderness carrying a log on his back. He was such a freak athlete that they called him the Experiment, but his name is Alexander Karelin. And the biggest genetic freak in all sports history is this mutant, the largest cross-country skier of all time at 6'6" and up to 291 pounds, with hands measuring 11 inches. He dominated an endurance sport ruled by 150-pound men. Incredibly, this monster could do 20 strict pull-ups, run 6 miles in just over 30 minutes, and recorded an oxygen uptake of more than 7.2 liters per minute, which is 20% higher than a prime Lance Armstrong, even when he was on performance-enhancing EPO, which is literally superhuman at such an immense size. What's more, our man repped 440 pounds in the back squat, 330 pounds in the barbell row, and astonishingly had a resting heart rate of just 31 beats per minute. His training focused on high-altitude training runs, weightlifting for reps rather than max weight, and tons of time spent in the sauna. They called this monster the Gentle Giant, but his name is Juha Mieto.